Hi, this is Juan from Boynton Pro Audio in the Music Square, and today we're taking a look at the new Electro-Harmonix Operation Overlord Overdrive pedal. Now, even though this is an overdrive pedal, it actually has a lot of characteristics of a distortion pedal too, and you can kind of set it up to do either application depending on what you're looking for. So what's great about it is the normal side of the pedal uses a JFET circuitry that really makes it have a really amp-like feel, and it really just kind of melds in with your amp where you don't really feel like you're using a pedal. It just feels like a dirt channel on your amplifier. And the other thing that's really great about it too is it has a boost side. And the way it comes from the factory is the boost side in the circuitry happens before the JFET section. So basically what you're doing is it's like using an overdrive pedal in front of an amplifier, only everything's actually right in the same box, which is awesome. Now the way it comes from the factory is when you turn the pedal on, you can engage the boost, and then when you turn the pedal off, it takes both of those out of the chain. But what's cool about it is you can open up the pedal, flip a switch, and that way the boost side and the kind of the JFET circuit design will work independently from each other. So you can have a really great amp type gain, and then use kind of a more traditional, almost like green screamer type of effect to kind of use independently, which is great. So we've got a couple of different ways we can set this up. So let's take a look at the front panel. We'll kind of go over some features, and then we're going to get into some more sound examples as well. So if we look at the front panel, we've got a really cool instrument level control. Now set to the normal position, it's designed to work with electric pianos, just regular electric guitars, and has a pretty even input signal. Now if you're using something like single coil pickups or an old vintage electric piano, you can also kind of boost the input section by going to the high control, and that'll kind of compensate for that lack of level coming into the pedal. And at the same time, if you're using a really high output pickup, or you're using maybe an additional drive pedal before the Operation Overlord, or using something like a synthesizer that has a really hot signal, you can set that to the low setting, and that'll kind of filter some of that out. Now at the same time, you can do really whatever you want. And actually in the beginning of this video during the guitar solo, I had it set to the high setting, even though I was using a really high output pickup because I just wanted to slam the front end of the amplifier. Taking a look to the left side of the pedal, we also have a dry control. Now basically all this does is it controls how much of your signal is going to be totally overdriven, or how much we can kind of have some of the dry, unaffected, clean sound of your guitar coming in as well. So for most of the clips at the beginning of this video, I had it set so it was completely overdriven, but at the very, very beginning where we had kind of the intro credit where you saw the Boynton logo, I had it set so it was about 75% overdriven, but there still was some of the clean sound coming through, and that just kind of makes it so you have a little bit more clarity and punch to the tone. We can route this a couple of different ways. I was running it in mono where I just had an electric guitar coming in and then off to the amp, but if you're using something like electric piano or a synthesizer, or you want to split this off to two separate amps, you can do that as well because we have two inputs and two outputs to choose from. So without further ado, let's get into some more sounds. Now for all of the tracks at the beginning of this video and the sound examples that we're going to be listening to now, I was using a Splon Quick Rod, which is kind of a hot rodded British amplifier, and I had it set really, really clean. So if you really dig into it, it would just start to break up, but just kind of a really neutral sound. And I was using a 2-notes torpedo reload, which we also carry, and using an impulse response of a Celestion Vintage 30. So kind of British voiced amp, speaker we're all used to hearing, so it should give you a pretty good idea of what this pedal can do. And if you're using something a little more Fendery, well, you know, it'd probably be a little bit chimier in the top end. You know, if you're using something a little bit darker, you can kind of get what I'm going for with kind of an even response. So let's check out some more sounds. So if you have any more questions about the Operation Overlord or any of the other Electro-Harmonix pedals that we carry everything in the Electro-Harmonix line, feel free to give us a call at the number you see on your screen. You can always email us. Be sure to follow us on Facebook. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Give us a like and stay tuned because we have a lot of really cool pedal demos and lots of demos of other things as well coming for you soon. Okay, take care. Bye.